Sunday, Aborisade, the absence of President Muhammadu Buhari of the All Progressives Congress, and former Vice President Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, from the presidential debate on Saturday night was greeted with heavy knocks, especially by the younger generation on the social media. The presidential candidates in attendance were a former Minister of Education, Dr. Aborisade, motivational speaker, Mr. Aborisade, and a former Deputy Governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Mr. Kingsley Moghalu, who are confirmed eloquent speakers. The trio took the advantage of Buhari and Atiku's absence to assert that the two frontrunners shunned the debate because they lack modern ideas to move Nigeria forward in this digital era. Moghalu, who is the presidential candidate of the Young Progressives Party, said the absence of Atiku and Buhari shows that they smartly refused to participate to avoid being ridiculed, even as he described the duo as kettle and pot. He said, "I'm not surprised that Atiku and Buhari turned their backs on Nigerians. They are not here because they cannot answer questions on leadership, security and the economy. One is a kettle, while the other is a pot." Aborisade, who is the candidate of the Allied Congress Party of Nigeria, also lambasted Buhari and Atiku for shunning the debate. She said, "They have just announced their exit from the race. We are here because we want Nigeria to be rescued from all the vices that drag us back as a nation." Aborisade, the candidate of the Alliance for New Nigeria, said the absence of the duo shows that they don't regard the people. "It is time to be free from a bad coin of two sides." Read also, "Why I Missed Presidential Debate Buhari." The presidential debate, organized by the Broadcasting Corporation of Nigeria and the Nigerian Elections Debate Group, was, however, powered by government-sponsored adverts strategically aimed at marketing Buhari. Each time there was a short break. Atiku, who arrived from the United States at least 4 hours before the event, had proceeded to the Transcorp Hilton, venue of the event, but he walked out when he discovered that Buhari was absent. Atiku's subsequent lengthy tweets explaining the reasons for his action did not resonate with Nigerians, especially his supporters who had thought that the debate would be the icing on the cake of his triumphant entry to America. APC's candidate and incumbent President Muhammadu Buhari said he could not attend the 2019 presidential debate because the program clashed with his other major activities. Meanwhile, Moghalu, during the debate, declared that he would engage in far-reaching reforms if elected as president, especially having more women in his cabinet, instead of having them confined in the kitchen. He promised to reduce the cost of governance by 50%. Aborisade said that the nation needs the disruption of the status quo if it must move forward, in noting that the problem of the nation has to do with leadership. She promised to lead 80 million Nigerians out of poverty by empowering farmers and women through privatizing public institutions that provide the incentives they would use. Drawing from her experience in governance in corporate world, Aborisade, in her opening speech, said her background provides the knowledge she needs to propel Nigeria to greater heights if elected as president. Aborisade, an accomplished orator and motivational speaker, created a stir with the ways he articulated his visions, especially how he would create 30 million jobs through agriculture, fix the economy and infrastructure. He promised to reform the civil service, grow the economy and cut costs at the presidency by making sure that he rides in a bus with his aides, instead of wasting money to fuel and maintain long convoys of exotic vehicles. The presidential debate is an eye-opener to a nation truly wishing to get things working again, as each of the three faithful candidates kept the date with Nigerians and gave more than enough reasons to be considered for the nation's top job. Nigerians may chart a new, virile, history-making course for the nation by massively voting any of these three candidates as their president next month. Even if Atiku and Buhari were as good as any of